So it's day one of my little diary. I wanted to do this mainly for myself to see in a year's time, listen back to some of the start videos and actually see how much this has actually changed me. Because when I look back to how I was a year from now, I was completely different. This disorder seemed to have like sped up and caught up and really taken me as a whole. It's a challenging thing to say the least. You never know what mood you're in, what you're doing half the time. And it's what I mean by not knowing what you're doing, it's not because you don't know what you're doing. It's you're just so erratic. When you're mania or manic, I call it euphoric, because it's quite a magical feeling. You want to do everything at once. Everything's like all rainbows and sunshine, and it's like it's brand new and it's exhilarating and exciting. But with the depression, my God, the depression is brutal, to say the least. I won't go into that too much now, but yeah, when you do get the downs, they really do hit hard. And that is probably the toughest part of it. Fortunately for me, I bounce along quite happy about 90% of the time. So I'm in my own little world, but every now and then you just wake up and that down is, you just cannot even understand what depression is unless you've had that. The slightest little thing almost makes you feel a bit psychotic. And it just comes out of nowhere. It could be that it's just raining today, or the postman was 10 minutes late, or it could just be over anything half the time, from what I've seen with myself. I've spoken to others, and some people don't get the downs quite as hard as I do, but on the same side of the coin, people don't also get the mania the way that it's so exhilarating like I do either. So what goes up must come back down. I got diagnosed, as I said, on the 5th of December 2017, and my doctor prescribed me quintipain, which made me so erratic and almost cost me everything, including my own life at times. I actually ended up going back and handing it to him, because even though that it's a right pain in the backside, being as erratic as you are, it's livable. With the medication, I genuinely never knew what I was doing from day to day. It was like Groundhog Day from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep. And sleep is another big thing as well. I've always suffered with sleep. More so suffered with sleep in the last year, maybe 18 months, and I think that's maybe some sort of trigger that's happened. I get about 4 hours sleep a day if I'm lucky, but then I get the big burnout every 4 to 8 weeks, where I just deplete all energy in one go, what's left anyway, and then hibernate for a day, and then I'm back to it again, back to normal. But I know when the mania is going to start to kick in, because I can see myself getting irritated and agitated, and it's almost like I'm anticipating something or waiting for something, and then just something switches inside, and then boom, off you go. And it doesn't matter what the repercussions are of what you're going to do. If it's going to be a night down the pub, or an absolute mental night out in Brighton, which I have done more than a few times. So yeah, no, I want to do this for myself, but more so, if anyone can take anything away from this themselves, or got diagnosed, or just wants an understanding of what is actually going on, you're more than welcome to just sit in and listen. But when I first heard what the doctor was saying about I've got bipolar, I thought bipolar was psychotic, that it's people with bad anger, really bad anger most of the time, and like, it sounds quite judgmental, but I knew a few people with it and always kept them at arm's distance, and it's quite a selfish way to be, considering how it's affected me. But yeah, no, it is difficult. To give you a little bit of background on me, I was in business in business at the age of 27. I owned my own IT shop. And yeah, we was flying along until I was about 29, I think, is when I really started noticing it. And yeah, that's when it started grabbing hold of me and making me do erratic and really odd things. It really shook my life up, and then at 31 I was diagnosed with it. And also, since Christmas, yeah, things have just been one hell of a rise, to say the least. Ended up giving up my shop because I couldn't handle... It's almost like anxiety, but I don't really get anxious. I'm quite a full-on person. But yeah, it was just so much, and this disorder has really caned me, to be honest. When it's good, when you're high and flying, and yeah, it's fantastic, it's unbelievable. If anyone's ever used any recreational drugs, it's the feeling you get when you've got mania is euphoric, and the feeling is absolutely magical. But when you get the downs, you do hit hard. You really do hit hard. It's probably not far off to hitting a wall, to be honest. So yeah, right now, I'm freelancing. Even though I've gave up the shop, I still freelance. I just wanted to get the stress of the business away from me, to start trying to regain a bit of structure and order back in my life, because the shop was like having a marriage. It was 6 days a week, 60 hours a week. As I said, I did that for 4.5 years. And it was tough. It was tough. It was great. It was great at the same time, but that may be a major player in all of this, because the stress was brutal as well with it. So yeah, with today, I was fixing a machine last night and thought everything was going well, and then the bastard thing decided to start blinking on the screen. So I was quite willing to give it back to the customer, where it's all done, and now I've got to sit and diagnose what the actual issue is with this blooming problem. But yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, no, as I said, this is day one, and I'll do a short video each day, and probably like an overview video of the week, everything, and yeah, we'll just see how it goes. And more so, if there is professionals out there, I'm not going to sit and lie about the behaviour patterns and things like this, because I want to keep this, even though it's very open and honest, I still want to keep myself hidden away from it, but at least give someone from the outside a look in of what daily life is really about. Because speaking to the head doctors myself, it's all well and dandy, they make judgments, but they only see you on a brief part. So yeah, I don't think that the judgment half the time is quite fair or even adequate, especially with the pills that they was prescribing me. They were unbelievable, to be honest. It was like a sedation and a high, and oh my god, I didn't really know what I was doing at one point. So yeah. But anyway, I will catch back up with you guys tomorrow. Yeah, as I said, we'll just see how far this goes. Yeah, many thanks.